How is everyone doing? How did you guys like day one? I hope you guys enjoyed it. And let's jump right in to our material for today. Guys, I hope you're excited. This is day two. We're going to go over some amazing, life-changing ideas for you to help you with your weight loss journey. Okay, and let's cover what we're going to be actually going over today. We're going to briefly review the principles from yesterday and answer some questions in particular. We're going to discover exactly what's keeping you specifically from achieving your weight loss goals. Okay, it's going to be really, really cool. And we are going to be adopting. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Great to see you again today. Thank you so much for being here. It's going to be a really, really great training. I'm really excited about this one. This is a very powerful training today. But we're going to be jumping into adopting the mindset and self-image that you need to guarantee your weight loss success. And last but not least, we're going to be putting it all together for you so that you have an actual plan and roadmap to your success this year. I hope that sounds awesome. How does that sound? Are you excited? I am truly excited. Mary, nice to see you on here. Excellent. I'm so glad to see you guys on here live. Yes, drop me a happy emotion icon there down below, emoji if you're excited and you want to move forward here, okay? Because we're going to jump right in. Awesome, Mary. Both Marys are here. Excellent. Awesome, you guys. Okay. And just think, by the end of this year, you could be the next success story. How cool would that be? All right, I just want you to really just bask in that thought just for a few seconds here, okay? Yes, I love all of your emojis, guys. This is beautiful. Excellent. Okay, so what we're going to do is just briefly go over just what we talked about yesterday. We covered these last three yesterday, the first three, sorry. We're going to be doing the last four today. But I'm going to be combining all of them anyways for you on today's call so that you really have a very thorough understanding of exactly what needs to happen here, okay? And I made a little tiny mistake where I actually swapped two of the principles, but I'm fixing it for today. So no worries, we're just going to jump right in, okay? So the very first thing we're going to do is briefly review what we covered yesterday in an amazing slide for you guys, okay? And I'm going to be giving you all this afterwards as well, so you could download it, print it out. There's actually a cheat sheet I'll be sharing with you at the very end that I'll be providing you guys, in addition to after this training in our group. It'll just be a worksheet you can print off, okay? But basically, principle number one, the 80-20 rule, most of our priority and focus should be on controlling the intake of our food. All right, 80% of that needs to be on food and 20% should be on exercise. That would give you the biggest bang for your buck. And I went into detail on that yesterday. So just refer back to that if you need to, okay? Principle number two, Mother Nature knows best. I actually incorporated some very, very powerful words here on the slide. Whole natural foods equals good and alive foods. Okay, so the more alive a food is, the better it is for you, right? The faster it dies off, like it goes bad and rots, like you got to keep it in the fridge, right, for a few days, the better the food is for you actually. Right? And so the opposite is true for processed foods. If they can sit on your counter and your pantry for months on end, they're basically like void of life and energy. And it's basically like a dead food, if you will, right? So that's a really good analogy. But at the same time, whole natural foods are lower naturally in calories and inflammation causing components. And they're actually anti-inflammatory in most cases. And they're high in nutrients and usable energy. Okay, naturally, those types of foods are designed for that. And man-made processed foods, they're super high in calories and in inflammation causing components, and they're very low in nutrients and usable energy. So quite honestly, if you eat a lot of processed foods or even meat and dairy, which are very highly processed now, they don't provide lots of usable energy, and they actually cause more inflammation than they do good, actually. So again, this principle is a principle for a reason. These are the types of foods that we want to start to incorporate more live, natural, whole, plant-based foods, okay? And this is really what I highlighted. The diet should really be your diet for a human being. If you're a human, your diet should be 90 to 100% whole food, plant-based. That is what's going to help you flourish like none other. All right. So principle number 3, and any questions on any of this, I can definitely answer today as well. And I'm going to answer some that I've already gotten. So stay with me here, guys. But just drop them below any new questions, okay? Principle number 3, it's all about balance and harmony. The amount we eat, okay, this is critically important. In order to lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. You have to be. It's the law of thermodynamics. The timing of how we're eating. We have to give our body a chance to use its stored body fat for energy. Think of it like this, guys. Like it's like saving a savings account for your money. Your stored body fat's like a bank account that's got tons of money in it. You get to spend that money if you don't eat. Okay, the longer you don't eat, you get to actually spend that money and spend that energy and expend it on activity, work, whatever you want to do throughout that day. And you get to use that stored up, saved energy that you have that's built into your body right now. Okay, so it's a kind of a cool way to look at it. But it's this idea about balance. We want to find the balance that's according to our activity level, right? The energy we're putting out versus the energy we're putting in. This is crazy to understand. And we're going to get into this in principle number 4 right now, actually. Okay, so let's jump right in. Guys, I hope you're excited. This is going to be super powerful for you guys today. I'm telling you right now. You are what you digest, okay? And it's not what you eat, it's what you digest, because if you're not digesting the food properly, you're not getting what you need from it. And so here's what happens, guys. If you're not digesting your food properly, 2 main things happen. You will experience discomfort or physical pain. Okay, gas, bloating, upset stomach, loose, urgent stools, simply because the food is not being broken down properly. And unfortunately, the types of foods that we eat right here, man-made and processed, meat and dairy, all contribute to the breakdown of our digestive system. Our natural digestive system gets broken down. So that's why digestion is actually so prevalent. Every one of my clients, I highly recommend what I'm going to recommend right now is helping restore your digestive system. Okay, but there's another thing. So it's not only the pain you experience, but you won't get the maximum amount of energy or nutrients from the food that you're eating. So literally, you could have 2 people, one who has a beautiful 100% digestive system, and the other one who's eaten foods that have broken down their system. And one person can eat an apple, get all the energy from it, feel amazing from it, feel vibrant and alive from it. And the other one could get bloating from it, feel horrible from it, not get the vitamins and nutrients from it, and hate apples and think that they're allergic to apples. But in reality, it's not that necessarily that they're allergic. It's because their digestive system has broken down over time, and it's like a chronic thing that has occurred. And it happens based off of the food that you're eating. Okay, so here we go. There's 2 supplements I recommend that will help you restore, or what we call re-inoculate, your digestive system. And then the first one is digestive enzymes, which are the enzymes in your stomach that actually initially break down your food. So guys, really, really quick, I don't want to stay too much time on this concept, but But when you start to eat food, you're chewing it and you're breaking it down. It mixes with your saliva. And that's the very first part of digestion. As soon as you swallow that food, it goes into your stomach. And the next part of digestion is digestive enzymes in your stomach. Okay, they mix with the stomach acid and they break down your foods into smaller chunks that can enter into your intestines. Okay, so the idea here is if you don't have the digestive enzyme composition and the right enzymes to break down all the food that you're eating, it won't be able to break down the food into the smaller bite-sized chunks that can enter into your intestines and get broken down even further. So digestive enzymes is the first part. Chewing your food is actually the first part, but digestive enzymes is the first part of your body's digestion process. Does that make sense, you guys? Drop a number 1 below if that makes sense. I want to make sure that you guys understand that, okay? The second part of this is further on down the chain in your intestines. There's something called your gut flora. I'm sure you guys have heard of this. Kathy, thank you. Thank you. If you guys have questions on any of this, please drop them in here, okay? Mary, thank you so much. Excellent. So in your intestines, there's gut flora, good for you bacteria. It's called symbiotic bacteria that actually breaks down your food even further when it's in the smaller chunks and actually absorbs it, allows your body to absorb it into its bloodstream. So it's working symbiotically with your body and your blood to deliver nutrients throughout your body. So same thing as if your gut flora, the good for you bacteria, is broken down and you don't have the right gut flora, which is very common with processed foods, a diet with high processed foods, high in meat, high in dairy. Okay, those are the 3 biggest culprits actually. Processed foods, meat and dairy. Elizabeth, awesome to see you on. I am so glad you guys are all here. This is great. We've got an awesome team today. This is wonderful. So you guys, I highly recommend having a supplement, and literally you could just take, it's a pill, and I have some recommendations I'll give you guys, but really, really quick. Dr. Tobias supplements on Amazon, very cost effective and work very well, okay? Elizabeth, that's awesome. Yeah, this is gonna be great. And for both of them, you can get digestive enzymes and probiotics that are Dr. Tobias brand, work very, very well. Another very good probiotic is called Floragen. Also on Amazon, it comes refrigerated. You want to keep it in your refrigerator. It'll come in like a little cooler. And you can take it once a day, basically. Your digestive enzymes you can take with your food. They actually help you with your stomach and mix with your stomach acid to actually break down your food initially. So just take them a few minutes before you're about to eat, okay? And there's no limitation. You could take them with every meal if you wanted to. It just really comes down to price and that type of thing for you, okay? There is one more, it's prebiotics. You don't necessarily need these, especially if you're eating whole plant-based a lot more. Prebiotics is actually the whole plant-based foods, like from your vegetables, that the good for you symbiotic bacteria eat. It's what your gut flora eats, basically. Okay, so if you're eating a diet that's heavy with spinach, leafy greens, vegetables, fruits, that actually feeds your probiotic, your gut flora very, very effectively. So they'll flourish and you won't really need to take a probiotic. If you're gonna still continue to eat highly processed foods, meat and dairy, then I would highly recommend taking all 3 of these because it'll just help you digest those foods a little bit better, okay? I hope that makes sense, guys. Yes, Elizabeth, totally. Yeah, when you take these supplements, you will notice a significant difference, I promise you, okay? So that's it for principle number 4. Let's start shifting, guys, into the mindset that will allow you to lose some serious weight. Okay, I hope you guys are excited about this. This is often the biggest missing link for people. In fact, I can sit down and talk to people, tell them exactly what they need to do, but if they don't have this piece, they won't go out there and do it, or they won't know why they're not seeing success. This is gonna help you guys eliminate that, okay? Principle number 5, emotional eating. We want to start to make the shift today away from emotional eating and into eating to live. Okay, we don't want to be living to eat and looking super forward to getting pleasure from our food only. We want to start to look at food as fuel. Okay, so I have some questions for you guys. What are you eating on a regular basis and why? And the more transparent you could be with these for yourself, the better your results are going to be. Okay, I promise you. Yes, Mary, for sure. This is one of the biggest things for most people. I'm here to tell you. All right, and myself included at one time. I love chocolate chip cookies. I still do to this day. However, I mainly shifted into eating to live and enjoy a chocolate chip cookie here and there. Okay, so we're going to make the same type of shift for you guys today, I promise you. So the idea, though, is we need to figure out where you're at right now. Is food for you mostly fuel for your body, your work, and your activities? Or is food mostly pleasure for you? Right? So why are we eating? Like literally, that's the question we want to ask ourselves. What does it look like for you and why? So why do you eat actually? Kathy, yes, you eat out of boredom, right? We eat out of boredom. That's super common actually. We got to stimulate your mind more. We've got to get you doing more things and focusing your mind on something that you're passionate about, something you love to do. So we're going to talk about that a little bit, okay? But that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. So the idea is if you're eating out of boredom, and actually we're going to get into this. So if you turn to food for pleasure often, what we want to start to figure out is what is triggering that. And again, Kathy, it's beautiful. Boredom, right? I'm super bored. I'm bored out of my mind. I'm just going to eat. Or maybe it's a habit, right? That could just be it. It's just simply a habit. As soon as I'm done with work and we eat dinner, we sit down on the couch and watch TV. And, that's just our routine. That's common too, right? But the idea is what triggers the actual action of you eating. So the very first thing is the thoughts you have about wanting to eat is the very first step. And then what actually triggers the action of eating. So we want to get intimate with this idea and figure out, right? Yeah, pleasure filling a void, Mary. Exactly. What is that void? What is it filling? We're going to get to that in a second, actually. We need to discover what's causing your stress, hurt, pain, suffering, bad, negative feelings, or whatever that is for you. Then we need to heal that emotional energy. All right, so we're going to get very deep right now, actually. This is really cool. This is what I spend a lot of time with a lot of my clients with doing, because this is like it's the unconscious things that are keeping us stuck, actually. So what's triggering it? Right? Is it stress? Is it boredom? Is it what type of pain or negative feeling are we feeling? Right? And be transparent as possible with this for yourself, guys. Okay. The reality is that we need to heal that. We need to heal that feeling, that emotion. Emotions are energy in motion. They're real energy. The idea here is if there's something significant that's causing your emotional eating, basically, right? If there's something causing you to eat because you're feeling bad, what is causing you to feel bad? The main question here, and I'm skipping right to it, can we forgive, accept, or let go of the stress, the hurt, the pain, the suffering, the bad feeling around the person, circumstance, or thing that caused it? This is significantly deep. Okay, if you can ask yourself this question and you figure it out, you write it down. Hey, you know what, man? I feel like I want to eat because I feel like I'm not good enough. Right? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? Because somebody told me I wasn't good enough back in the 3rd grade. Right? And again, this is how deep you get to go, actually. Figuring out like why you're not good enough. Or you made a mistake at work and you again, it brings up the feeling of not being good enough, right? The more transparent you can be with this process, the better off you're going to be, okay? Or someone said I was ugly. Someone said I was ugly or overweight or fat, right? The negative connotation to what my body looks like. I'm here to tell you guys, this applies to not just your body weight, but anything, right? I used to have a hang up that I was ugly because I was bald, right? That women or, girls wouldn't like me because I'm bald. I didn't have hair, right? And this was years ago. And I had to kind of get over that. So the idea is, if something like that's causing you to eat and turn to food for the pleasure, for the void that you're filling, we really want to get to the root of that, okay? Another thing that we can do, though, is what could we think or do instead of eating? What else brings us pleasure? So, Kathy, if you're eating out of boredom, what could we be doing instead? What would, why are we bored? What are we doing? Is there something that you're passionate about that you can maybe start to pursue, right? Maybe you start a new, whatever, right? Yeah, Mary, thank you so much for being vulnerable. I really appreciate that, actually. Feeling not cared for, always alone. That is really powerful, actually, Mary. Yes, right? So that's the emotion that we need to start to heal, right? We got to start to heal that, right? And the magic question is why? Why do I feel like I'm not cared for? Is it somebody, many people? What have they done to us, right? Like, why do I feel like I'm not being cared for? Why do I feel like I'm always alone, right? Or maybe people are deliberately avoiding me, right? Why? What's going on here? And so the feelings that come out of asking yourself those questions, that's what we need to heal. And if you ask yourself this first question, can we forgive, accept, and let go of that pain, right? The reason why I feel like I'm not being cared for, right? I'm not cared for, and people don't care about me. Can I forgive them? Can I forgive them? Can I accept people for who they are? And can I let go of that hurt and that pain that they've caused me? All right, and this is literally the work that I do. And I can't go into it in great detail here, but this is the coaching that I do for people. I help them really discover these types of things for themselves. Because this is actual emotional energy. This is real, just like a magnet. If you guys ever tried out a magnet, like a very powerful magnet, it's hard to pull, actually. Your emotions are the same way. They're very powerful. They could take over your body, actually. They physically affect you. So this is the type of work that I actually spend most of my time doing with my clients. Okay, so listen, we could talk afterwards about how we can go kind of next level with these ideas to help you guys, if that's relevant for you. Okay, so Mary, I will take this offline because I definitely want to help you liberate that energy for yourself. Okay, so that you're not turning to food to fill that, to offset that, to come back into balance. Okay, so that's really what we're trying to do, is figure out what's there, what's going on in our bodies and in our mind and our energy that's causing us to eat this way. Okay, so I hope it makes sense. And let me know if you guys have questions on that. But I want to continue this idea for you guys to really look at the entire picture for yourself. Okay, so again, what could we do instead of eating? What could bring us pleasure instead of food? That's really a really powerful question. Write down everything that comes to mind for you. This is one of the biggest, most important exercises you could possibly do that will help you lose any amount of weight that you desire. Once you free this stuff up, you're smooth sailing from there, basically. And then what we want to do is practice forgiving, accepting, letting go of it, letting go of whatever's sitting there for you. Okay. And it could be people from, years ago, people from when we were kids. I mean, there's so many things that happen throughout our life that cause us to feel negative. So we got to start to forgive people for who they are. People don't mean to hurt us, actually. They're just channeling their own negative energy, their own emotions. and negative emotions. They don't know how to deal with it. So they just simply pass it on. And I always say, like, bullies and people who are, the worst of the worst types of people, abusive, those are the people that need most to be loved, forgiven, and accepted most. And it's a funny thing. And when people really are far away from that concept, it's hard for them to see that. But that's the idea, is everybody's human. And you feel a certain way because usually of how somebody made you feel. So if we can start to forgive them, accept them, let go of that, it will change the game for you. Okay. But again, what we can go into, I'll let you know how we can go into more detail with that idea. Okay. So let's take things to the next and final level. And if you guys have any specific questions, you could totally drop them below, and I can try my best to answer them as we go. But I really want to get to these next two principles, because this is, again, next level stuff that's going to change the game for you guys. Okay, so let's keep going here. You are what you believe. Your self-image, your self-identity, your self-concept. You are what you believe you are, regardless of if it's true or not. So if you believe you're overweight or heavy or sick or injured or whatever you're telling yourself, a story you're telling yourself, if you believe it is true for yourself, it is. So that's the idea. If you believe you are sick, unhealthy, overweight, ugly, then you are sick, unhealthy, overweight, ugly, and you will remain being that because it's part of your belief in self-image. So what we need to do, and I'm actually combining these two, principles 6 and 7, because they go hand in hand with one another, okay? Principle 7, you get what you choose to accept. What you believe about yourself, you have actually accepted for yourself. Does this make sense, guys? Drop me a 3 below in the comments if this makes sense. So this is extremely powerful, and this is going to unlock crazy success for you when we really figure this out. Kathy, thank you. Yes, beautiful. What you believe about yourself, you have actually accepted for yourself. Most people, Mary, thank you. Excellent. Most people simply believe and accept what they see in the mirror or their current results or what other people have told them. Oftentimes we just accept, right? Someone calls me ugly, oh, I must be ugly, right? Someone calls me overweight or fat, I must be overweight or fat, even if it's true or not. Even if you're not overweight and fat, if someone called you that, you might believe it. You might believe it's true. But even if you are, what we're trying to do is get away from that. It doesn't matter where you currently are. It doesn't matter if you weigh 600 pounds. It's what you believe. That's the most important piece of the puzzle, actually. Here's what changes today, guys. Okay, and if you're watching this on the replay in days or weeks or months or years ahead of time in the future, this is what changes today for you. You choose what you want to believe about yourself. Guys, I cannot stress the power in these words right here. Regardless of what you look like, of your current results, this applies to money and everything else too, by the way. In love and in relationships, it applies to everything. You are what you believe you are. And you get to choose that, actually. So what I want to help you guys do is choose something different. Start writing a new story for yourself. Regardless, like I said, regardless, you could be 600 pounds. But if you could start to believe that that's not you, that you could be 150 pounds again, if you could start to believe that, then guess what? You're changing your thermostat. Because I've got news for you guys. Your beliefs are the thermostat for your life. They will never go above or below what you believe. It sets the thermostat for your life. That's why beliefs are so powerful, and I focus so much on them in my own coaching. It changes the game for you. So the idea with this is we have 60,000 thoughts a day on average. It's a lot of thoughts, by the way. Are they negative or are they positive? What are most of your thoughts? That's what we really want to figure out, okay? Because the idea is we need to start to choose more positive thoughts. So guys, I can't, I won't, I'm sick, I'm tired. All of these thoughts are contributing to the story and the beliefs that you're telling yourself. Again, whether it's true or not, actually, you could literally have a disease and say that I'm sick with this disease. But unless you start changing that script up here, you will always be sick with that disease. Cancer, heart disease, obese. Again, is there a label you're giving yourself, right? What's the story? I'm fat, I'm overweight, I'm ugly, I'm disgusting. I'm not good enough. I don't deserve it. My genetics, this runs in my family, right? I can't do anything about it. I can't, I won't. I'm sick, right? All of those types of words are going to keep you stuck. They'll keep you in your current identity, an image, self-image. But these words will set you free right here. I can, I will, I am getting more energy, right? I'm not tired anymore. I'm getting more energy. I'm eating food that's really healthy for me. It's alive. It's giving me life. I am getting healthier. I'm getting more fit, right? I might be overweight still currently, but I'm getting more fit. So if you can just skip that first part where I am this, no, I am getting more fit, right? In fact, you can even skip all the way and say, hey, I am fit. I am thin. I am healthy. I am 100 pounds, 150 pounds, whatever. Even if you're not physically 150 pounds yet, guess what? You could adopt that image right now today, right? I am good enough. I do deserve it. I am lucky. Genetics play a tiny role. This runs in my family, but doesn't mean it will be my destiny, right? My dad actually passed away of cancer. It doesn't mean that I'm going to get cancer. In fact, cancer, amongst 10 to 15 of the most prevalent diseases in our day, are related mostly to diet. Your diet actually determines your health, right? And so if you can start to shift into the diet that I'm recommending, it will change all this stuff for you. I'm telling you guys, it's super powerful. So this is the idea. We need to flip the script. How do we do that? If you catch yourself thinking, believing, or saying something to yourself that is negative, self-defeating, or self-sabotaging, validating your current results, image, or reality, right? Even if you're looking in the mirror and you are physically overweight currently, I don't care. We don't care about that. Right now, if you look in the mirror, your physical body is in the past, actually. You've eaten foods and thought thoughts and felt feelings that have led to your current body that you're sitting in right now. I've eaten foods, drank water, thought, slept, and all that stuff that created the body I'm sitting in right now that's presenting this training for you guys, okay? I got news for you though. My body's in the past. I'm going to eat food later today. I'm going to eat food tomorrow. I'm going to sleep later today and tomorrow. And it's going to contribute to my new body that is ever regenerating on a daily basis, actually. Our cells are regenerating on a daily basis. You could literally become a new person tomorrow. New cells in your body could become new for you in your body tomorrow. And if you ate very healthy today, that would have contributed to a healthier cell in your body. How about that? That's pretty next level, right? If you did this for a month, a year of eating healthy, a year from now, you are a completely physically new person with all new cells, with less body weight, a better understanding of how to use your energy, all sorts of stuff. That's how cool this is, right? So if we catch ourselves saying anything negative, anything self-defeating, validating anything to do with your current or past self, which is what's in the mirror, okay? or limited in any way, this is what we do. We got to stop it immediately. Then you do these. This is so powerful, guys. Man, I really want you to know this. This is wicked powerful. In fact, how far are we in? We're about 35 minutes in. I'm going to be keeping that, capturing this. Stop yourself immediately. You've got to stop the habit of thinking negatively, okay? Then you say, I notice I'm having the thought or belief that I am fat, overweight, whatever that is for you, okay? However, but I no longer accept that thought or belief. Again, guys, this goes back to the idea that you choose this. And right now, I'm giving you the power you can make the choice right now. The power's in the present moment, okay? You can make the choice right now to choose that you will no longer be overweight. In fact, you can be anything you want to be. You decide it. And in just a couple minutes, we're going to go through that together, okay? But you no longer accept that. I no longer accept that, right? If you're looking to build muscle, right? I no longer accept that I'm weak or injured. All right, I no longer accept the story I've been telling myself. I can do anything. I can heal my body, right? Even if I injure my shoulder or my back or my knee, I can heal that bad boy, right? Are those the thoughts that you're having? If not, I highly want you to start to consider them for yourself, okay? Because I'm here to tell you, you can. You can actually heal your body. You can overcome your limitations. I'm here to tell you. I've helped so many people do it, myself included. But lastly, we want to reiterate to ourselves what our new self-image is. Remind ourselves that we're no longer accepting our old self-image, our old self. So Mary, Kathy, Elizabeth, you're going to say, I no longer accept my old Mary, my old Elizabeth, okay, my old Kathy. I'm no longer accepting her. She's gone. She's history. She's a thing of the past. My new Mary, Elizabeth, and Kathy, man, she is going to be unstoppable. She's going to lose all the weight she wants to lose. She's going to look however she wants to look. She's going to be unbelievably awesome. That's what I want for you guys, okay? So here's what we do. You write your own story. You choose how it's going to go from here on out. I hope you guys are excited because I'm here to tell you whatever you write down for your new story is going to come true. It is going to come true because you're going to be changing your beliefs. And wherever your beliefs go, your thermostat changes. You will have a new thermostat set for your life, okay? So here's the question. What attributes and characteristics best describe who you want to be? What characteristics and attributes best describe your new self-image? The version of you that you want to be. It doesn't matter if you think that you can do it right now. I'm going to teach you how to overcome that as well in the next part here. But this is going to change your life, guys. This is going to change your life, this idea. So pause right here. And if you catch us on the replay, pause this whole thing right here. Write out all of the ideas that come to mind. What describes the best version of you? How much do you weigh? What do you look like? How much confidence do you have? All those things you're going to write down. You're going to fast forward yourself into the future. And that is you, by the way. Energetically and spiritually, that is your new truth. You're never going to need to look in the mirror again because the mirror is telling you a story from the past. You've eaten foods from the past months, years that have contributed to your current body right now. It's irrelevant to what we're doing right now. It's irrelevant to where you're going, okay? Where we're going, we don't need roads, right? The Back to the Future reference. It's true though. You don't need anything. You're going to create it, okay? And so the idea here is we need to start to increase your belief. So what does this look like? There's a belief scale, guys. So let's just say, let's entertain this idea, okay? Let's say you're 350 pounds right now, okay? It doesn't matter what the weight is, honestly. In fact, it's the more money you have in your bank. The more you weigh, the more energy you have to sustain your body. It's actually a really good thing. So people have a negative context towards it. But the idea is it doesn't matter how much you weigh. However much you weigh, let's just say it's 350 and you want to get to 150, okay? Or even 200, it doesn't matter. You want to get to another number that's less than what you are now, okay? You might look at that idea, and if you start to say, well, okay, my new self-identity is 150 pounds. My God, I'm not. I can't. I'm physically not. We don't care about physically. We need to get into it energetically. Okay, so we need to start to think, how would that feel? How would it feel if I weighed 150 pounds? How would it feel? It would feel awesome, right? And so if you can get into that idea, and we're going to talk more about this in just a couple minutes, but I want you to start thinking in terms of this. Because at first you might be like, no, there's no way. There's no way. It starts off as impossible. Every belief starts off the exact same way, by the way. It's impossible. I can't get to 150 pounds. What if you want to do that in a year? Then you're like, oh, there's no way in hell. No way, it's impossible. I'm here to tell you, though, it is possible. I've seen people lose 200 pounds in a year. My own client lost 140 pounds in a year. But I've seen other people do 200 pounds in a year. And again, those are just, our belief limits our results. The person literally who lost 200 pounds believed that they could. They believed they could, right? So the idea here is every belief starts off the same, impossible. The next level is it's possible for others, but just not for me, okay? The next level is possible for me. It is possible for me to lose that weight. Not only is it possible, the next level is it's possible for me, and I can start to see how. I can really start to believe it. And then it becomes inevitable. It's going to happen, and soon. Or even if it's not soon, it's going to friggin' happen. I'm going to lose this friggin' weight, okay? So this is what it looks like. So again, what we're trying to do is climb the belief scale from your current self-image to your new one. Does this make sense, guys? For those of you who are still live with me, drop a 7 below if this makes sense. Okay, even if you're on the replay, just do hashtag replay 7, okay? I want to make sure that this makes sense for you. But you could literally start off as there's no way in hell that I could lose 150 pounds in a year. There's no way in hell. Hey, but you know what? This other person did it, right? One of Tony's people did it, actually, right? Why can't I? Mary, awesome, excellent, right? So then you could just simply raise that belief. Keep thinking into the version of yourself. Why couldn't that be possible for you? You're human, right? If you're human, that's the only stipulation. It doesn't matter if you're man, woman, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anything. If you're human, this could happen for you, okay? And then I can and I will, and it's a done deal. Man, we got to climb this belief scale for ourselves, guys, okay? And so that's the idea. This is the last concept I'm going to have for you. So where I want to go with this is and I'm going to come back here because this is where we're pausing here. I want you guys to write out your new self-image. What does she look like? For those of you who are live, what does he look like? If you're catching this on the replay and you're a man, what does this look like? What do I look like? What do I want my new self-image to look like? And there are no limitations, guys. I'm here to tell you. You create your limitations, okay? So you're going to write out in a journal, on a piece of paper, write out what your new self-image looks like, okay? Everything you can think of, how much you weigh, what do you look like, How confident are you? How are people treating you? How are you treating people? How are you showing up? Every aspect of that. What are you smelling? What are you tasting? You know, what's all the five, all of your five senses, incorporate those. How are you going to feel if you are that version of yourself? Okay. And the idea is, even if you don't believe it, even if you don't believe that it could be true for you right now, I want you to override that and practice this. Get into the feeling of how it would feel to be that version of yourself. Go into the future, excuse me, a year from now or 6 months from now. Let's just say you want to lose 50 to 100 pounds by the end of this year, which is 100% realistic, by the way. You might be like, there's no way in hell. I'm here to tell you, you can do it. I've seen it done. I've helped many people do it, actually. In 6 months' time, you can drop 80 to 100 pounds in 6 months if you really wanted to, okay? So the idea is not the time frame, but just fast forward yourself. Go into the future for a little bit and imagine that you have achieved your goal. What does that look like? We've got to get more familiar with that self-image and self-identity if you're ever going to become it, if you're ever going to achieve it. You've got to know in and out how it feels, right? And you start to embody it up here first. Okay, so the idea is, if I'm going to go out there and I'm going to go out and bench press 315 pounds, let's say, it's one of my goals actually. If I'm going to go out there and bench press 315 pounds, I need to do that up here first. I got to know how it's going to feel. And even if you've never done it before, how do you think it would feel? We've got this infinite imagination and faculty that we call our brain, our conscious mind. We can imagine how that would feel, right? Write it down. Then what you do is you connect with that for a few minutes every day, at least a few minutes every day, okay? You're going to connect with that new self-image. How does the 150-pound version of me look and feel in all of these ways? Write down as much information as you can. The more detail you can be, the better picture you can have in your mind of what you're going to look like. And as soon as you start eating foods that day, after you start to adopt and accept your new self-image, even if you haven't fully accepted it, you're going to start eating foods that'll start to help contribute to that version of you. Instead of the version of you that is your past version, your current image, it's not going to be fueling food to create that version of you. It's going to be creating the version of you that's in the future. Does that make sense, guys? This is next level stuff, by the way. Does that make sense? Drop the last one. Drop 111 below, if that makes sense. If not, I can go into way more detail, and I'm even considering like unique one-off types of classes just for certain ideas here to really go into depth with. But let me know if that makes sense. Awesome, Kathy. Excellent. Mary, awesome. You guys are rock stars here. All right, so the last part here, I'm just going to share my screen one last time. The belief scale, man, we got to hammer this. I'm going to be providing this screen for you, but if you want to take a screenshot right now, you totally can. But all these resources I'm going to be providing you, including these two cheat sheets, if you will. There's a daily checklist that'll capture even your thoughts. I have some of my mind body evolution coaching stuff in here, but it'll capture your daily mindset, your daily food, activity levels. You get to capture that. This is just a cheat sheet to help you do that. And then this is the ultimate weight loss cheat sheet, which covers everything we covered in this training. So it'll be a great reminder for you to check off, all right, where am I slipping up here, right? Am I focused too much on exercise or food? Am I eating too many processed foods, or, where am I getting hung up still? Okay. Am I out of balance in one of these areas, right? All these areas you get to kind of come back to. It'll be a nice refresher for you. But these are the action items that I want you guys to do. Okay. Follow the weight loss cheat sheet follow the daily checklist, like I just said, and reach out to me for a custom meal plan. Okay, I didn't put this, but the main action item that I want you to do is your new self-image. Your new self-image. I really, really want you guys to do that. Okay, so you guys, we covered a lot in this training. This is a good 2 hours worth of material. And I'm here to tell you there's so much more actually. There's hours and hours and hours worth of stuff to learn about, to get better and better, get better understanding of things and awareness. Mary, you and I talked about this morning a little bit via message. There's lots of levels of awareness and knowledge. And as you learn more and more, you get better and better. You're going to get better and better results as a result of this training and this knowledge you're gaining. Okay. Excuse me. And so the idea is what I want you guys to do from here, okay, is take this away. You're taking these thoughts away, is you can do this. You can lose any amount of weight that you desire. I don't care if somebody's told you that you can't, or if you think that you can't right now. I'm telling you, you can, because I know it. I know it within my deepest parts of me that you can do this. I know you can. And if you follow what I've laid out here for you, it is the roadmap for your success. It is. Sure, there are other things. There's different types of exercises you can do. Any activity is good activity, guys. I got news for you. You could be running marathons. You could be doing all sorts of stuff. It doesn't matter. If you're active and you're breathing, you get breathing, you're more alive. That's what counts. You get your heart rate up. It's invigorating. It's oxygenating your blood. That's what counts, okay? Any activity is good activity. So all you got to do is just follow these steps here, okay? Figure out your own numbers. If you need help with this, I know I've helped several of you already. So Kathy, I'm actually going to provide the daily checklist for you. Yeah, so stay tuned just a few minutes after I conclude here, and I'll be posting it in our group, okay? And I'll make sure you get that, okay? So in fact, you guys are going to get lots of resources. I want you to have a meal plan. I want to set you up for success. I want you guys to have the best year of your life, and not only with just losing weight, but just mindset wise. I want you to have the best year ever this year. Okay, so again, what we want to do is figure out your numbers. That's kind of the first step. You got to know where you're starting from in order to know where you're going to go. Okay, figure out your numbers, and there's that calculation worksheet I'm going to be providing you as well, additional resources. But you're going to use that calculation, figure out your T number, your total energy expenditure number. It could be 2,000 calories, 2,200 calories, 1,800 calories, whatever yours is. It's basically the amount of calories that keeps you alive and at your current activity level, okay? So with that number, your total energy expenditure number, you're going to subtract at least 500 calories from that to get your daily calorie ceiling number. That is your maximum amount of calories that you need to eat in order to lose at least 1 pound a week. Okay, remember, there's 3,500 calories in 1 pound. Okay, we talked about that yesterday. So spread over the course of 7 days in a week, right? 3,500 divided by 7 equals 500 calories per day. So for instance, let's just say your numbers are 1,800. That's what keeps you alive and going with your current activity level. 1,300 calories needs to be your max every day in order for you to lose 1 pound, okay? And the idea is, sure, you could work out an hour every day, an extra hour every day, but that's hard as hell. That's a lot of friggin' work, right? To work out a whole 60 minutes a day, that's a lot more. Again, the 80-20 rule plays into effect there. But you could absolutely incorporate more activity, more exercise to help you offset that number even more, okay? So let's just say you burned 500 calories twice a week or 3 times a week. That's an extra 1,000 to 1,500 calories that would contribute to your weight loss. So again, the idea is let's just say for a few days a week, you're willing to do 1,300 calories and you max out there. And then the other few days you eat normal, you eat 1,800 calories to just maintain your body. However, but you work out those days. So that offsets it. you're going to lose weight regardless. Do you know what I mean? I hope it makes sense. So the idea is there's lots of variations, lots of ways to do this. You could even, I mean, literally, we go into great detail when we're coaching and stuff together, but you could literally plan it out for the week. You say, okay, well, 1,800 calories, right? And I'm going to do this for you really quick, just so you know, times 7 days in a week is 12,600 calories, okay? And then we're going to say 1,300 calories, which is your daily calorie ceiling that will guarantee that you lose at least 1 pound a week. With this case, 1,300 times 7 is 9,100 calories. So there you go. It's basically 3,500 calories less than what would maintain you by the end of the week. So what you can do is you can keep track of that. And you could say, all right, well, I've eaten this much now, and I can get to 9,100 calories by the end of my week. So boom, I could just do it. You could do it that way. So many different ways to kind of get these numbers where you want them. But the idea is just simply start creating a new habit that's more in line with your new self-image of you, your version of you that weighs the weight you want to weigh, okay? You combine the two, and now you're full steam ahead towards your goals in the right manner. And if you can heal that emotional energy with principle number 4, right? Where you're no longer emotionally eating, it's game over, guys. You are 100% going to lose the weight that you desire. And it will not be hard because you're not fighting the urge to eat all the time or whatever reasons, right? Whatever was causing you to trigger you to eat, you're no longer doing that. And now you can go out and do your thing, right? You can work out, you can eat healthy, knowing that if you stay within that range for yourself, within your daily calorie ceiling, you are going to lose weight. And you can lower that if you want to. You can intermittent fast and extend it out so that it's easier, right? So let's just say you extend your intermittent fasting out and you say, let's just say your last meal is at 6 p.m. and you don't start eating until noon the next day. That's 18 hours. It's 18-hour fast, 6-hour eating window. Okay, I don't recommend that right now, but if you can work up to that, start with 14 hours of fasting, 10 hours of eating, right? Then work your way up to 16 hours of fasting, 8 hours of eating, then 18 hours of fasting, 6 hours of eating. Now it's hard to eat 1,300 calories, right? It's a lot harder to eat that many calories in a shorter amount of time. So there's little hacks you can do as well that I wanted to share with you towards the end here, okay? So guys, I hope this was incredibly valuable for you. I've been doing this a long time. I've helped a lot of people lose weight. I've helped a lot of people make significant shifts in their life. If you want to go into more depth, if you need more help, I'm going to try my best to be doing these types of workshops each month moving forward. I'm trying to over-deliver value and undercharge people. It's kind of like my motto. But I'm trying to give as much value as I can in my group here. So I'm going to be doing more and more of these as we keep going. But if you want really, really, if you know you need more significant help and you really want to go super deep with things and learn everything and master, to the level of mastery for weight loss or literally anything, any other area, reach out to me. Okay. I want to help you. Maybe we would be a good fit for coaching. We'd figure that out though, separately. Okay. But I want to help you. I'm here to help. I want to help a lot more people achieve their goals, achieve the life of their dreams, the life and body of their dreams. Okay. So with that, you guys, this concludes our 2-day ultimate weight loss masterclass. Hope you guys found amazing value. If you did, please drop it below. Okay. Share in the comments, share this video with other people, get other people in the group, share this, refer people into the group. I want to help a lot more people. I want to help thousands of people. All right. So right now, I think we got about 120 some odd people in the group. I want to help a lot more than that. Okay. So please, it's one of the biggest compliments you can give me is Share this information with other people, okay? And again, refer people into the group. I'm going to be providing lots more value. And I'm going to start to be polling in the group and asking questions on what do you guys really want to learn about mostly? Okay, because I want to be honing in on the things that are going to be super valuable for you. Okay, so look forward to that in the near future. But thank you guys sincerely for being here with me live. Mary, Kathy, Elizabeth, both the Marys. Thank you so much for being here live. It means the world to me. I love it. It doesn't matter if I help one person or a million. I love what I do here. So thank you, Mary. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Kathy. You guys are the best. So if I can help you in any other way, please let me know. Okay, guys? With that, though, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Go out there move forward knowing that you can do this. You can lose any amount of weight that you desire. Just follow what I've laid out for you guys, okay? And by the way, I'm going to be providing a lot more resources in the next several minutes, actually, right as soon as I get off of here. I'll be providing those right in our group for us, okay? So with that, you guys, have an awesome rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the group. Take care.